Hi guys, if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, Flashback Videos. I really hope you like what I'm going to show you today, and of course, if you're a regular here, then a big thank you for coming back. Anyway, today's flashback movie is the final movie in the trilogy, from 2003, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, following Frodo, Sam and Gollum on the final leg of their trek toward Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring. As usual, if you like what you see, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then you could even subscribe to the channel. You should know it doesn't cost anything, and it really helps me out. Okay, so with all that being said, let's do this. As always, directed by Peter Jackson, with a screenplay by Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens, the movie was released by New Line Cinema in December 2003, with a running time of around 3 hours and 20 minutes. The Return of the King, just like the first two movies, was filmed in New Zealand with a budget of a little over $90 million, but this time the gross topped well over $1.1 billion worldwide. This is the final confrontation between the forces of good and evil, fighting for control of the future of Middle-earth. The Hobbits Frodo and Sam reach Mordor in their quest to destroy the One Ring, while Aragorn leads the forces of good against Sauron's evil army at the stone city of Minas Tirith. Now, in my humble opinion, this is quite simply one of the greatest movies ever made, and a fitting end to a stunning trilogy. I think a special mention needs to go to Sean Astin for his performance as Sam. When his big moment comes, he really nails it. The young hobbit who inherits the One Ring from his uncle Bilbo, Frodo Baggins, was played by actor and producer Elijah Jordan Wood, who was born in Iowa in 1981. Wood made his movie debut with a small part in 1989's Back to the Future Part 2, and went on to achieve recognition as a child actor with roles in the likes of Radio Flyer, Forever Young, and The Adventures of Huck Finn. Following his success as Frodo, Wood has appeared in a wide range of movies, including Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, The Trust and Come to Daddy, as well as providing the voice for Mumble in the Happy Feet franchise. Born in England in 1939, the great Sir Ian Murray McKellen played Frodo's mentor and sometimes protector, the Istari wizard Gandalf the Grey. McKellen began his career on the stage in the early 60s and made his big screen debut at the end of the decade, starring in 3 movies: The Promise, Alfred the Great and A Touch of Love. Although this is without doubt his best known role, he's also portrayed the lead role in Richard III, James Whale in Gods and Monsters, and of course Magneto in the X-Men movies. He was in a relationship with history teacher Brian Taylor until 1972. Actor, author, musician, photographer, poet and painter Viggo Mortensen Jr. was born in New York in 1958, and he played the part of Strider, better known as Aragorn. Mortensen's debut role was in Witness with Harrison Ford, but he went on to appear in the likes of Carlito's Way, Crimson Tide and Psycho. However, this is the role that shot him to international stardom. Since 2009, he's been in a relationship with Spanish actress Ariadna Gil, and though the couple reside in Madrid, Mortensen spends much of his time in the United States. Actor, producer and director Sean Patrick Astin, who was born in California in 1971, played Samwise Gamgee, the Hobbit gardener who is Frodo's best friend and better known as just Sam. Astin's first acting role was as a child with an abusive mother in the 1981 TV movie Please Don't Hit Me Mom, but he came to fame playing Michael Mikey Walsh in the 80s hit movie The Goonies. He's been married to former Miss Indiana Teen USA Christine Harrell since 1992, and they have 3 daughters. Born in England in 1964, actor, director and producer Andrew Clement Serkis played the part of the wretched hobbit-like creature, originally known as Smeagol, or Gollum. After several minor roles, mainly in British movies and on TV, Serkis is another one of those actors who has the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings franchises to thank for his rise to fame. It allowed him to star in the likes of 13 Going on 30, a serial killer Ian Brady in Longford, musician Ian Dury in Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll, and of course, as Supreme Leader Snoke in Star Wars. The Elf of Mirkwood, Legolas Greenleaf, who is the Prince of the Woodland Realm, was portrayed by Hollywood leading man Orlando Jonathan Blanchard Copeland Bloom, who was born in England in 1977. After his first screen appearance with a small role in the 1997 movie Wild, Bloom's breakthrough role came as the famous blacksmith Will Turner in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. After recently relocating to Australia for the filming of Wizards, he's been engaged to American singer and songwriter Katy Perry since 2019, and she gave birth to their daughter in 2020. The King of Rohan, Theoden, who is under Saruman's spell until Gandalf heals him, was played by English actor Bernard Hill, who was born in Manchester in 1944. Hill first came to prominence playing troubled hardman Yosser Hughes in the 1980s The Boys from the Black Stuff. But in addition to this role, he is most well recognised for playing Captain Edward Smith in Titanic, and Luther Plunkett, the warden of San Quentin prison in the Clint Eastwood movie True Crime. Living in Suffolk, Hill is married to Marianne and they have a son together. Born in Brisbane, Australia in 1967, Miranda Otto played Theoden's niece, Eowyn, who is in love with Aragorn. Miranda began her acting career in 1986 at the age of 18 and appeared in a variety of movies in Australia, with her debut coming in Emma's War, in which she played a teenager who moves to Australia's bush country during World War II. When initially asked by Steven Spielberg to appear in the big-budget blockbuster War of the Worlds, Miranda thought she would have to turn down the role due to her pregnancy, but the script was reworked to accommodate her. She married actor Peter O'Brien in 2003. Born in Wellington in 1972, New Zealand actor Karl-Heinz Urban played Eowyn's brother, Eomer, who serves as Chief Marshal of the Riders of Rohan. Urban's career began with appearances in New Zealand movies and on TV shows such as Xena, Warrior Princess, and his Hollywood debut was in the 2002 horror movie Ghost Ship. Since then he's starred in many high-profile movies, including as Leonard Bone McCoy in Star Trek, Varko in the Riddick movie series, and John Reaper Grimm in Doom. Urban was previously married to his longtime partner Natalie Wihongi, and they had 2 children. The Elf of Rivendell, Arwen Undomil, who is Aragorn's lover, was played by well-known actress, producer, singer and former model Liv Rundgren Tyler, who was born in New York City in 1977. Having started her modelling career at the age of 14, Liv later decided to focus on acting and made her movie debut in 1994's Silent Fall. With homes in both London and Malibu, Liv has been engaged to the British sports and entertainment manager David Gardner since 2015, and they have 2 children. Now, as I said at the beginning, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and maybe got something out of it, even if you don't decide to watch the movie. Once again, please don't forget to smash that like button, or even subscribe to the channel. You know you want to, and it is free.